Welcome back to Masters of Iron, Strength Over 50. If you are serious about building muscle, protecting your joints, and defying age in the squat rack, you are in the right place. Before we dive into today's massive topic, make sure to subscribe and tick the bell to be notified every time we drop a new video. And make sure you stick around to reveal something later in the video that could completely change how you recover from heavy lifts. It's a simple household item that most clean eaters completely avoid, but elite strength coaches swear by. Today, we are talking about a nutritional framework that has fueled the biggest, strongest athletes on the planet, including Hafthor, the Mountain Bjornsson, when he won the Arnold Strongman Classic. It was created by Stan Efferding, an elite powerlifter and bodybuilder, often referred to as the White Rhino. But here's the most important part for our community. Stan is over 50 years old, and he still squats in the 800-pound range. How does an athlete over 50 consume enough calories to move that kind of weight without destroying his digestive system? Enter the vertical diet. As we age, our digestion can slow down, and eating massive amounts of traditional clean bodybuilding foods like chicken breast and broccoli can leave us bloated, sluggish, and unable to train. The vertical diet solves this. Today, we are doing a deep dive into what this diet is, why it works, and how to meal prep its ultimate staple, the Monster Mash.
To understand the vertical diet, you have to visualize an upside-down letter T. Traditional diets are horizontal. They emphasize eating a massive variety of foods across all food groups. But the vertical diet flips this concept on its head. It focuses on a highly restricted, easily digestible list of nutrient-dense foods. The horizontal foundation of this T represents your micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals your body needs to function optimally. You eat just enough of these foods to hit your baseline health requirements, and no more. This includes small amounts of low FODMAP vegetables like spinach, baby carrots, and bell peppers, alongside whole eggs, small amounts of fruit like oranges or cranberry juice for iodine and thyroid support, and bone broth. Once your micronutrient foundation is met, you go vertical. The vertical line of the T is where your main calories come from to fuel those heavy training sessions, and it consists almost entirely of two things: red meat and white rice. As your training intensity increases and you need more calories to grow, you don't add more variety. You simply build higher on the vertical axis by eating larger portions of steak and white rice. If you want to master this nutritional philosophy for yourself, you need to read Stan Efferding's complete guide. Product number 1 today is the Vertical Diet Book. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to grab your copy today. It is a game changer for older athletes.
You might be asking, why not brown rice and chicken? Isn't that the gold standard of fitness? According to the vertical diet, absolutely not. Let's start with the carbohydrates. The diet specifically champions white rice because it is incredibly easy for the human body to digest, especially in large quantities. Brown rice contains phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that can cause gastrointestinal distress and block the absorption of other essential minerals when eaten in bulk. When you need to eat massive amounts of food to build muscle, digestive baggage is your worst enemy. White rice acts as a clean, rapid energy source that won't leave you feeling bloated. Now for the protein. Why red meat over poultry? Chicken is a good protein source, but it completely lacks the dense micronutrient profile of beef. Red meat, such as beef, bison, or lamb, is loaded with iron, zinc, B vitamins, and cholesterol. These nutrients are absolutely vital for natural testosterone production, central nervous system recovery, and red blood cell distribution. Furthermore, poultry often has a high ratio of inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids compared to omega-3s, which can negatively impact digestion and joint recovery for older athletes.
So what are the primary benefits of eating this way, especially for us masters of iron? First and foremost, reduced bloating and optimal digestion. By eliminating high FODMAP foods like broccoli, cauliflower, onions, garlic, and beans, the vertical diet significantly reduces stomach cramps, gas, and gastrointestinal distress. This is a massive advantage for athletes who find that eating traditional clean foods leaves them too bloated to train heavy. However, we always provide the full picture on this channel. The vertical diet is not without its critics. Dietitians point out several downsides you must consider. Because it eliminates foods like whole grains, legumes, and cruciferous vegetables, it is very low in fiber. It also lacks prebiotics, which feed the good bacteria in your gut. Finally, relying heavily on high-quality red meat, like grass-fed beef or bison, for the majority of your protein can severely strain your grocery budget. Because meal prep is the only way to make this budget-friendly and sustainable, you need the right gear. Product number 2 today is our highly recommended set of airtight glass meal prep containers. They keep your food fresh, they are microwave safe, and they won't leach chemicals into your meals. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to upgrade your meal prep game.
Now that you understand the science, let's get to the fun part. The absolute staple of the vertical diet is a meal known as the Monster Mash. It is a one-pot meal designed to be incredibly easy to prepare, exceptionally easy to digest, and infinitely repeatable for your weekly meal prep. Take a look at the screen for your exact ingredient list. Here is what you need to make 4 solid servings of the classic Monster Mash. 1 pound of lean ground beef. Stan recommends 90-10 or 93-7 lean to keep fats manageable. 1 cup of uncooked white rice. 1 cup of chicken broth or bone broth, which massively aids digestion and joint health. 1 cup of water. 1 cup of spinach, fresh or frozen, for your non-heme iron and magnesium. 1 cup of cherry tomatoes, or bell peppers if you tolerate them better. 1 cup of carrots. Pre-cut baby carrots work great for a quick fiber source. 2 tablespoons of butter, and optionally some shredded cheddar cheese and salt to taste.
Stan Efferding usually cooks this on the stove or in a slow cooker, but today we are going to use the ultimate kitchen hack for busy athletes. We are putting this together using a rice cooker. If you don't have one of these machines yet, you are wasting hours in the kitchen. Product number 3 is a high-capacity stainless steel rice cooker. It is the workhorse of the vertical diet. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description. Here is exactly how you put the Monster Mash together. First, you still need to use a pan on your stove. Heat 1 tablespoon of your butter over medium heat and toss in your ground beef. You want to brown the meat thoroughly. Once it's cooked, pour the beef into a strainer to drain away the excess liquid fat. Getting rid of this excess fat is crucial to keep the meal easily digestible. Now, move over to your rice cooker. Pour in your drained ground beef, your cup of uncooked white rice, the chicken broth, and the water. Next, toss your veggies right on top. The spinach, the cherry tomatoes, and the carrots. Finally, drop your 2nd tablespoon of butter right in the middle. Close the lid of your rice cooker and simply press start. Let the machine do all the heavy lifting. The rice will absorb the savory chicken broth, and the steam will perfectly soften the carrots and tomatoes while infusing the beef flavor throughout the dish. When the rice cooker pops, open the lid and stir everything together until it's evenly combined. Divide this massive mixture into your new glass meal prep containers. When you are ready to eat, just pop it in the microwave, add a splash of extra broth if it needs moisture, and top it with a sprinkle of cheddar cheese.
In a single serving of this Monster Mash, you are getting around 390 calories, 26 grams of high-quality protein, and 37 grams of fast-digesting carbohydrates. But I promised you earlier that we would reveal the secret recovery tool that Stan Efferding recommends, which most clean eaters get completely wrong. That secret is iodized salt. Many guys over 50 try to eat clean and immediately cut out all their sodium. According to the vertical diet, this is a massive mistake. Stan argues that iodized sodium is the single biggest thing you can consume to impact your performance, stamina, and endurance in the gym. When you hit a wall during a heavy squat session, it's almost always because you are low on sodium, not carbs. Salt increases your blood volume, stimulates your thyroid, and supports your liver. Efferding recommends 3 to 6 grams a day for heavy training athletes. Combine that salt intake with a brisk 10-minute walk after every Monster Mash meal, and your digestion, insulin sensitivity, and recovery will go through the roof. The vertical diet isn't for everyone. If you are just trying to lose a few pounds for summer, you might benefit more from a traditional, highly varied diet. But if you are a hard-training athlete over 50, someone who struggles to eat enough calories to grow, or someone battling constant bloating, going vertical could be the key to unlocking your true potential. Thank you for tuning in to Masters of Iron, Strength Over 50. If you found this deep dive helpful, please make sure to subscribe and tick the bell to be notified so you never miss our weekly content. Train hard, eat your Monster Mash, and we will see you in the next video.